Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So this will be an update video on the horror icon shelf now that Pennywise, the Tim Curry version, has arrived, and we have an extra Freddy over there, so I had to squeeze them all in and I'm going to go through them and I'll show you around. So hit the like button on this one, that'll help it reach more people. Subscribe if you haven't done already, and make sure you follow me on Instagram at Dean9333 because we'll be putting up plenty of pictures that I'll be taking during this video up on there for you to check out. Alright, so in the middle, the centerpiece, the main event, is Eddie Quest in 1/6 scale from the Howling, and that's by David Eakins on Instagram. I am getting an updated head from him soon, and there's no rush with that because I know he's gone through some hard stuff recently, and I hope he's doing okay and staying strong. But this is an incredible custom figure. Check out the review and the showcase video already on the channel for a really good look at it. But it's terrifying. It's my favorite werewolf design. Yeah, no, that's the thing. The updated head sculpt that I'm getting is technically more accurate, but I mean, what am I going to do with this head sculpt once the new one comes? That's the thing that I worry about, because it's too good and too evil looking not to use. I can't afford to get another body right now. They're, custom figures, they're quite expensive, but this one is just terrifying. And then you got Myers, the original 78 Myers, Nick Castle. There's a custom figure. It's the Mad Bug V2 head sculpt, painted and haired by Silent Surfer, and it's got the Unsil coveralls and a Shadow Fergo knife and an old Bateman metallic pumpkin, which is really accurate. There's little Chucky there. I'm waiting for someone, a company to make an official 1/6 scale Chucky figure. It's definitely needed, but the retro cloth NECA figure there does the job for now. There's Ghostface from Scream 6. Darko Customs did the mask. Shadow Fergo did the knife, and it's the Sideshow body and outfit, hands, boots. I do have the original Scream mask down there as well. That's very easy to change out because of the magnet system. You just switch it out so easy whenever you like. Just like that. I might as well do it, seeing as I'm saying how easy it is. So now I have the original Ghostface. Not quite as sparkly as he should be, costume wise, but it's good enough for me. And we got the Halloween 2 Michael Myers, Dick Warlock, with the Unsil coveralls that are weathered and bloodied up. Shadow Fergo real metal scalpel. And it's a beautiful piece. Probably could have posed him better. I just did, wanted to change it from the last time I filmed it, so I just quickly did this. That's the Tots head sculpt, which I'm using because of the blood tears at the moment. The colour of these custom coveralls is so dead on. And they were expensive. And I almost didn't get them, because it was silly money, but yeah, I was able to at the time. And the way I look at it, if you can do it, then you're not going to regret it. And I knew that I definitely wouldn't regret getting Halloween 2 Unsil coveralls because I knew how good they were from having the original coveralls. I just wish that they'd do the 2018 coveralls, but I don't think it's going to happen. And that is a really cool piece. I change the head out all the time. I've got about 3 different H2 heads I can use, so I'm always switching them out. And there's Sideshow Pennywise, maybe figure of the year. Sideshow are showing their skills very much at the moment, and have been doing for years with Star Wars stuff and all kinds of characters. Difficult to decide which head sculpt to display. At the moment I'm just going for the balloons, something really different amongst everyone else around him. But I have to display the other head, so I'm just using these little stands that you get with the Reebor grab and go T-Rex figures. They're only about $18.99 each, and you get those little stands with them. And they're very handy for displaying your other head sculpts. But they absolutely killed it with this one. I mean, it's so good. And he's sold out, and it's getting already quite tricky for people to track this one down. They reissued Freddy and Jason recently. I know Freddy's got a slight change with the green and red stripes rather than the black and red stripes with the first version. That's the sweater over there. I mean, I am in need of more Freddy parts, so I wouldn't mind picking up that re-release of Freddy with the more accurate sweater at some point. Not to use the head sculpt they give with that figure, but just use the gloves and the hands and the sweater and the pants and the shoes, boots, all that good stuff. I almost didn't get this guy. I never 100% knew or committed to the idea of getting him. I knew it was going to be, you know, people will expect to see it in the lineup here. I'm pretty sure someone or a few people mentioned that in the years past, but then when he released, Sideshow put out a couple of videos, and the short video they did, it just looked incredible. And I saw that Mad About Horror on their Instagram had just got these in stock, so I thought about it for a good 24 hours and then decided, screw it. It was an expensive figure, but I just had a feeling, that gut feeling, I should have just stopped being an idiot and get it, because it is so iconic and essential for, you know, horror icon collection in 1/6 scale. You gotta have Tim Curry, Pennywise, and shortly after I got him he was out of stock, and I'm hearing, you know, on the grapevine that he's getting pretty hard to track down already. Alright, so we'll come back to this side in a little while. Let's go over here for a little while. Let's see, Patrick Bateman by Iconic Studios with a little bit of blood added here and there. That's an awesome piece. Very happy with the blood work I did on the axe there. It looks really nasty. And on the raincoat as well. I forget now, probably used EBA blood or perma blood or mixed with watery paint or something. It's on the channel anyway, back when I did it. But that is another essential piece. Oh, there's more blood here as well. Absolutely love this movie. He's so funny in it. It's an absolute classic. Ugh, they're going to remake it with that guy from the Elvis movie. Ugh, they never learn. Ooh, hello Freddy. This is an awesome looking piece. It's a flawless head sculpt by Gabriel on Instagram, and I'll be showing you some more of his stuff in the near future. And it was sold to me by my very good friend Mr. Glenn Page from Cult Creations. And I still need to, this was really just thrown together at the last minute in order to review the head sculpt for you. I had the parts, I just didn't really have a good body for it, and the neck connection is really strange, so I'm hoping the new ones I'm getting in the future aren't going to have that same weird shaped neck. It's, like I said in the review, it's like the same shape at the end of the neck of the in-art Joaquin Phoenix Joker head sculpts. That kind of continues and gives you a bit more of the beginning of the chest, and it just doesn't really work on any of the bodies I have, so I had to cut apart a DX11 Joker body to get this head sculpt on there. Anyway, there is Hellraiser, Pinhead. Oh, and you got your little nameplate there, film title. Steve Rinks was amazing, sent this along with the 3-0 one down there. and that's by Mezco. It's a really solid option, literally solid, because it's basically a statue with moving arms and wrists and elbows sort of turn rather than bend, swivel. Yeah, he's a really good option, I think. He looks a lot more like movie accurate. I know his nails are a bit too thick, but I don't care. It looks like him. And there is my Hobo Myers with one of One's Custom's best ever head sculpts, I think. Detail on it is crazy, and the colouring is really nasty and old looking. The beard coming out underneath, the hair coming out of the side. That squinty look I really like in the eye. Shadow Fergo did the huge knife here. Real metal, very sharp. Got a cool pumpkin. He's a beast. Speaking of beasts, there's the Demon of Revenge right there. That's Pumpkinhead. And that's by Syndicate Collectibles. That's an incredible piece, accompanied by Sam from Trick or Treat. They've both got that whole pumpkin thing going on, so it made sense. Bit on the nose, maybe, but I wanted to get him on the shelf somewhere, and then I thought, oh, I'll put him with his daddy. Big Daddy. I've got the 1/12 scale version of this as well. Oh, they're just amazing. Absolutely killed it with Pumpkinhead. Check out the review on the showcase video for both scales on the channel. At the end of the video, I'll just take a lot of pictures, close-ups and stuff, so you can really check out all the figures properly, because I know I'm moving around a lot. But this is my part 2 Freddy, and he's amazing. I mean, look at that. Right there. Got that sweater on eBay after years of hoping that maybe one would pop up one day. I know he's done I think it's Bateman. I know he's done a more recent sweater that's even more accurate, but I think this, just the shape of it looks really good to me. Oh, and another custom head sculpt. Amazing one there with the brain exposed. You just put the hat on it if you want to just have him look like he's just screaming at you. But part 2 is my favourite look for Freddy. And these head sculpts, I really think they perfectly capture him. I repainted the Sideshow glove, that lighter tone, just to make it look a bit more accurate to part 2. Body shape is good. It's good. Freddy's Revenge, Freddy right there. And he should be next to Art the Clown, because David Howard Thornton and Damien Leone do love their Freddy films, so put them both side by side. Steve Bird repainted the head sculpt, and yeah, I'm just waiting to see. I know there was that weird third party Art the Clown that was basically a resculpt or recast, of the Trick or Treat Studios figure, but that turned out to look pretty funky if you ask me. I'm looking to see what other 1/6 scale companies might tackle Art the Clown, because you know, the possibilities are not endless, but quite a few. All these different expressions, a few different head sculpts, or maybe one head sculpt, and because you've got the line around, this is just coming to me now, so where's my finger? Yeah, just thought of it now. Like, just have a magnet face, just like 4 different faces that attach onto one head sculpt. That would be killer. Yeah, and then there's the Creeper in full rage mode. Many thanks to Brian Rogers for this amazing gift. Absolutely incredible. I always love the Creeper. and that was a hat that I got on eBay, like a material hat. It came with a really good sculpted one, but I wanted a material one, so I managed to track down one and kind of cut it around a bit and weather the hell out of it. It looks solid, but it's not. I don't want to touch it because I know it's going to fall out of his fingers. It's going to fall out of his fingers. I'm not going to touch it. Trust me, it's material and bendy and all that stuff. But this is an awesome piece. Check out the showcase video for this figure. Ended up looking really creepy. Clothing is amazing. Got a Shadow Fergo real metal and wood axe. And that is an awesome piece. Yeah, there's the hair. The creeper. Gotta have a creeper. If you're... Oh man, do you know who I miss not having all the time? Mick Taylor from Wolf Creek. Don't see a company making it, to be honest. It's gonna have to be custom, but I don't know. I've seen a few out there. People have them in the collection. Not many out there, but yeah, I think about it from time to time and I get sad. There is Ash from Evil Dead 2, and it's a copy of the Sideshow head I found on eBay. It's only about £19. It's amazing, that head sculpt. Cheap as buggery. It's absolutely amazing. And the all the rest of it is the Asmus Toys stuff. They got in touch with me once and asked me if I wanted to review their figures. I was like, yeah, absolutely, and never heard from them again. So not that I see them releasing much stuff these days. I don't know. That's a nice piece to have. I do have the Asmus Toys head sculpt over there on the desk. I was going to switch them out, but then I looked at this and I thought, well, why change it? It just looks so good. And it just so happens that the Asmus body matches up skin tone wise with the head sculpt perfectly. I know he's not a slasher, you know, a villain sort of thing, but I have to have him up here. You know, I can't not think of Evil Dead and Ash when I'm thinking of icons of horror. And there's Art the Clown from Terrifier 3, the Santa version, which I always intended to have another stab at and do it again. Gnarly axe. Haven't got a Terrifier 3 sign yet. I'll have to get on that. I wanted to redo the whole thing and maybe just sell this one, but I have no intention of doing that just yet because I have all the parts, but I've still got to do my upgraded Dog Soldiers Werewolf here. This was like the prototype by Bree Toons, and now I've copied what he did with his 2.0 and got a seamless body, and he sent me the sculpted head and the hand. Oh, not the hands. He sent me the head and the feet from the new sculpt, and I've painted it. I just need to hair it and attach it all to the new body. I'm using the Michael Jordan body, the TB League one, I think it is. So I'm looking forward to showing you that. And there's the Christopher Nelson mini bust, 2018 Halloween Michael Myers. An amazing piece, not too many of them out there, and it's made by the hands of the man himself, Christopher Nelson. It is my favourite mask from any of the Halloween movies, so it really means a lot. Just got to show you from this side. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that shadow looks friggin' sick, and it does. It looks perfect. The silhouette, it just matches perfectly with the movie. Look at the little hair just coming off the ears as well, exactly like in the film. Whew. I know the prototype here with the joints is pretty crude looking. You know, people say it sometimes, and that was always, we knew that going in, as it was like an early prototype, and I like that because it's kind of like they talked about this in the making of the movie when it was basically a statue they had on the desk when they were talking about the film to inspire them. They wanted to visualize the werewolf, so someone sculpted it and made it for them. But this is the kind of thing I imagine just kind of sitting on a desk while they're talking about the scenes, and I know it's crude, but I like that about it. but the next one will be seamless. I've got all the parts here, it's just a matter of me getting the time together to put it all together and make it look good, and I will show you when I do. But until then, that first version is fantastic. I love it. And that head sculpt's got blood all around the mouth and stuff, the hair around the neck. Beautiful. My favorite horror movie of all time, Dog Soldiers. I've said it many times. You know, it's my favorite for a reason, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. Alright, so next to Pumpkinhead, we've got the Halloween 2018 and the Halloween Kills figure. Now I know Trick or Treat Studios haven't even announced the Halloween Ends one, but I did speak to Alex Ray, one of the main sculptors there, for these figures. He said it's definitely happening, but not for a long time. Halloween Ends in 1/6 scale, so it is happening, but just not for a while. So I guess I'll just wait for that. I repainted this head sculpt myself and did it for, you know, some friends. A couple of friends out there have them as well. But this one, that's mine. Turns out real nice. It's an amazing sculpt. Incredible. Custom coveralls by Tanila. A real metal knife from Shadow Fergo. Really accurate boots. Can't really see much of them here, but it's all on the channel. You literally just type in my name and then the character you're thinking about, and you'll get a bunch of videos come up on YouTube and you'll find stuff. I think it looks really accurate. Nice big figure. And then you got the Trick or Treat Studios Halloween Kills, which, other than a repainted head and some extra blood around the hand, that's basically the stock figure. I couldn't unzip the coveralls, so I wasn't able to swap out the body or anything. I just can't undo them. So I had to just stick with the Tots body and repaint the head and just make do with that. Another really good head sculpt from Tots. Even down to the volume of the hair and the style of the hair, it's all sculpted so well. I prefer it to real hair on these head sculpts. Less messing around, fussing with stuff all the time, thinking the volume might be too big, so you come over and start pressing it down, then you press it down too much and you got to raise it up again and then start twiddling around with the horns by the ears. And when it's sculpted, you just don't have to do any of that. There they are. One day the trilogy will be complete. As much as I hate Halloween Ends, it's absolute dog shit, but I do like the look of Myers in the film. The mask is cool and I need him to complete the little trilogy there. Big metal machete for Jason, my Sideshow. And they've reissued this one as well. They made some changes to Freddy, but let me know in the comments if you know of any changes that Sideshow made to the reissued version of Jason. This figure has been released again, possibly with some changes, I don't know. But this one, pretty damn good. It's pretty good. It's the only Jason I have. I'd like to have a more kind of zombie looking one at some time, you know, or something just really different to this. Apart from the space Jason. Film's cool, but I don't really like the look of him in that one. But yep, there's Jason from Friday the 13th Part 3. And there's the Hot Toys, Bill Skarsgård, Pennywise. A really good figure. Maybe not as good as the in-art one. I haven't really seen much of the in-art one, to be honest. But I could tell just from glances over the year or two it's been out. And it definitely looks very impressive compared to this one. But I'm not an obsessive fan about it, you know. I like it and I'm glad it's here. But yeah, it'll do. It's fine. Don't see Hot Toys doing it again. Got his balloon just stuffed down the back of his pants there. And there is Leatherface. I've got another one actually. 3-0. Where is it? Oh, there he is. Yep. That's the 3-0 one. is the Sideshow one, and he comes with an alternative head sculpt, which I don't ever really use because this one's so iconic and recognizable and awesome. Yep, another really good figure from Sideshow when it comes to the horror figures. They've been doing that for a long time. Remember the early 2000s, their first ever 1/6 Michael Myers, which was hilarious looking, but the Freddy figures and the Jason figures, they're pretty good. You know, they did a lot of Jasons and a lot of Freddys. Oh, and massive thanks to Chris Barker for sending this. This was an amazing gift. Don't know if you're watching, Chris, but I hope you're doing okay, dude. And I love this figure. Thank you so much. And then we have a big custom Rob Zombie, Tyler Mane, Michael Myers figure custom. And it's actually got a Halloween 2 dream sequence head sculpt on at the moment. Think of it as the end of the last scene of the first Halloween, you know, where his face is all bloody after being shot. That's another One's Customs head sculpt. Tanila coveralls, Shadow Fergo, real metal knife, and weathering and blood by me. Might go a bit more extreme with this one now that the Tots one's coming out. I'm getting that soon, and I can make that my more clean first Halloween movie and make these a full-on really nasty Halloween 2 coveralls. And then there's Death. Alright, and that is it, but I'll just show you a bit more stuff here. Heavy camera, folks. It's a Canon 90D with a big old lens and a microphone on top, and I'm not 25 anymore or 35. I'm nearly 45. 44 is what I'm dealing with at the moment, so my back hurts at the moment from holding this thing, and it is the wee hours of the morning. Should be in bed really, but I don't think I can edit this tonight. I have to do that tomorrow. At least I filmed it. I love that little custom statue there. I wish it was 1/6 scale, but it's not quite. Little tribute to Art the Clown section. Here's my werewolf section, which needs sorting out. This isn't really how it should look, but you got some really cool stuff. Do love werewolves. Wouldn't want them to be real or anything. That would be super intense. I still think about that every single time I look up at the full moon. No matter how old I get, no matter how many full moons I see, I always think werewolves when I look up at the moon and it's full, and a little part of me thinks, shit, you shouldn't be out. Beautiful. Here's the new additions, those two. Great Wolves by Loose Collector. Check out the review, just went up on the channel. Got 2 more colour variants on the way. Possibly the best werewolf figures ever made. There's issues with the articulation though, and they're very scary to work with, to be honest, but they're working on it with more recent batches. I'll let you know about that when I get the black and the white version in a few months. They are apparently going to have all the issues fixed. But also we have to wait and see how the NECA Howling werewolf turns out, because I think that's going to be a very good figure. I'm just thinking, you know, when they showed the images that I showed you in the preview video of the Howling werewolf by NECA, the sculpt of the fur and the joints reminded me a lot of the Kessler wolf here. We know how good this figure is. It's one of their best. It's incredible. I think Eddie Quist, well, it doesn't specify that it's Eddie Quist, but it's just a kind of generic Howling werewolf from the movie. But it comes with 3 different head sculpts, man. So I'm going to have to get at least 3 of them. I want to keep one boxed up because I know it's going to look so sick in that packaging. I love that movie. I think the Howling Werewolf by NECA is going to be an amazing piece. I couldn't be more excited about anything other than that one. There's 2 things I'm excited about at the moment. It's GTA 6 and the Howling Werewolf by NECA. Those are my 2 really, you know, can't wait to experience that. Oh, GTA 6, please be good. I'm sure it's going to be incredible. I don't know, the setting of Miami doesn't really get me too excited. I'm sure I'll love it once I get there. Big boy at the back there by Cool Models. This is one of my first werewolf figures, and still a really, really good one. You know, he's in need of a few little he doesn't need it, but I've always been meaning to change his clothes. Always wanted to have a black leather kind of biker jacket. If I still had kept my, now that Hot Toys are doing a new T-800 Arnie from Terminator 2 with real leather clothing, I would have liked to have still had the MMS 117 with the fake jacket, so I could rip it up and put it on this with a ripped white t-shirt with blood on it, like he was kind of like a biker who turned into a werewolf. Maybe one day I'll be able to fix that up. It can't be that hard to get a biker jacket in 1/6 on eBay. It doesn't have to be a good one. I'm going to be ripping it up and bloodying it up anyway. Here's the vampires and a whole load of other random stuff. And there's my personal copy of the 2018 mask. Did that myself. So proud of that. I don't even know how I did it. I mean, I took my time with that one. Spent about 2 weeks on and off, just slowly baby steps, just tiny little details, just getting really nerdy and studying some photographs that Christopher Nelson sent me years ago now, I guess in between 2018 and Halloween Kills coming out. But these two photos in particular that he sent me of his hero mask that he kept for himself, and I copied every little stain, everything. But if he ever saw this, he'd be like, no you didn't. It's not right, this is wrong. But that's cool, man. I love it. Caustic plastic vampires, but with a Sideshow David and that figure, man. I like it. I'm glad it's here, but it's weird the way the head doesn't quite sit on the neck properly with either of the head sculpts. I like the clothing, and the head sculpts themselves they're all right, but just the connection onto the neck, you can always see that little weird gap, and it's a bit too high up on the neck, and I could mod it or something, switch out the body, or I don't know, do some stuff. But I'm glad he's here. And Bela Lugosi Dracula, caustic plastic, masterpiece. Nosferatu, Count Orlok, caustic plastic, masterpiece. Figure of the year when it came out. They did an amazing statue of this as well. There is another caustic plastic head sculpt figure. Christopher Lee Dracula. Friggin' amazing. Alright folks, thank you for watching. Hit the like button for me, more people will discover the channel that way. So, appreciate your support with that. Smash the old like button, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram at DeanKnight333. Oh man, these shelves on the other side of the room, it's a mess. But I have to remember that this year is the 20-year anniversary of Batman Begins. I can't believe it's 20 years old. That's nuts. That's the reason I started this channel, was that film. It inspired me so much to do something. And this is what I did. And this is where I find myself now. I'm collecting myself into a problem. Too much stuff. And not the best at... Oh yeah, the camera is focusing out of everything here, because on my screen it's a little square box that show you where the focus is focusing on the Canon camera, and it is focusing on that little ball there. And I just watched Toy Overdose on YouTube. Check out that channel, it's awesome. This guy in the UK goes around to all the vintage toy shops searching for cool, toys from the 80s and 90s, and it was in bad condition at some event, and my one's almost mint, and it's from 1985. I just don't know how I've managed to keep it in such good condition, but I've had that since I was 5 years old. I just I recognized it in the video. I was like, holy shit, I have that, and it's worth, that little ball there is worth quite a significant bit of money. I'm selling that Joker soon, folks. It's a custom Joaquin Phoenix Joker. You can talk to me about that if you're interested. I'll probably chuck it on eBay soon either way, but I don't think anyone would be interested in the bathroom one. It's just compared to the in-art one, it doesn't even begin to compare to that masterpiece up there. But yeah, I'm going to be sending some stuff. One these days soon I'll do a video letting you know everything, but that Joker there in the red suit is definitely for sale. It's got a custom head sculpt, which is incredible. Yeah, well, that's a video for another time. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, should I sell it? I have to sell it. I don't need it, and I haven't got space. I have to sell it. So, I don't really want to, but I will. Right, it's too easy to get distracted when the camera turns around in this room, because you'll see something and go, oh, let's talk about that. Yeah, I'm going to go before this video ends up being an hour and a half long. But I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you're doing okay out there, folks. And just massive love and respect and good vibes out to all of you. Thank you for all the support on the channel. I'll see you soon. Got lots of stuff coming up, so keep it locked. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.